I survived 100 days inside a forbidden dimension in Minecraft. Rumor has it that the creators of Minecraft made a grave mistake when developing the game and created some kind of forbidden dimension inside Minecraft. They buried the entrance to this dimension deep down under a new mountain range they world edited in to try and bury this secret forever. But they forgot the whole point of the game, mining. Of course, me being the adventurer I am, I stumbled across the entrance, and what was I gonna do? Not go in? Come on! Now that I'm stuck inside this forbidden dimension with no food or weapons, I have 3 main objectives I need to do if I'm going to survive. 1. Find the portal back into the real world before it closes. 2. Investigate every biome inside the forbidden dimension to find clues on how to escape. 3. Defeat every boss mob inside each biome, including the 3-headed Hydra. Do I have what it takes to survive in Minecraft's forbidden dimension? Or will I get lost inside here and stuck forever? Stay tuned to find out what happens next. Day 1 inside the forbidden Minecraft dimension, and my first impression, it doesn't look so bad. I mean, there's some kind of reindeer or antelope running around. They're cute. And look at those chickens. They're the exact same as the overworld. Look at these things. They look like empty cookie jars. I grabbed one, and that's when I noticed the name. Fairy jar. Wow, are you telling me that there's fairies in here? Awesome! I went to walk towards the trees with all the fairy jars on it when I nearly fell into this huge cave. Yikes, that would have hurt. That got me thinking. Time to make some tools. I chopped down some of the canopy wood and made myself a crafting table. Then I made a sword, an axe, and a pickaxe. They look just like they do in the overworld. Honestly, I don't see why this place is forbidden. I jumped over the big hole in the ground and I found this thing. Looks like a random pillar of stone and some iron. I'll be having them, thank you. I grabbed the stone, upgraded my tools, and then I got the iron ore. Not bad for my first few hours here. I walked through the forest for a bit until I saw this. It looked like some kind of house, but the way the vines are growing on it, it looks empty. I made my way over to the entrance of the house, but just as I got outside the door, I could hear a fire burning. I could hear something else, but I wasn't too sure what it was. I took a look inside and it's a skeleton! But not your ordinary skeleton. What is that thing? I gathered the courage to go in and then I went for it. I started to fight the skelly and eventually I took him out. Quick, I need to break the spawner before another one comes. Ah, it didn't work! Of course! I need a diamond pickaxe! I checked the chest and to my surprise, it was packed with food and a charm of keeping. Amazing! That means if I die, I won't lose all my stuff. But if I die, then this video's over. So yeah. I was looking for some higher ground to get a lay of the land when I came across this huge hole in the side of the hill. Whatever was big enough to make that size hole, I wanted nothing to do with it. By now, I was getting hungry and I didn't want to rely on only bread and carrots. I eventually stumbled across these wild boars. I don't imagine these guys will go down without a fight. Huh, I guess I was wrong. I rounded up some more and got all the meat I could carry. I was getting tired now and super hungry, so I chanced my luck inside this house. Looks like there's no skelly spawner here. Jackpot! I checked the chest, but nothing. I climbed up this ladder and I found some more chests. No way! Some proper food and an empty map. That might come in handy. Oh, and would you look at that? A bed. Time to get some sleep. On day 2, or at least I think it's day 2, I found this maze. I really didn't want to go inside, but I guess I'm just too nosy to ignore it. I made my way inside and I was greeted with a chest, wood, a bow, some string, and some fireflies. No way, that's pretty cool. I could use them in my base. I was about to go in further when I was attacked by wolves. Ah! They were just too many of them. I had to get out of there. I ran for my life. I guess I could go back when I have more bones for the wolves and some armor for myself. While following a bunny into the forest, I found this, another huge cave entrance, but this time I can see iron and some coal. I jumped down into the little water stream. I stopped the water so my iron ore didn't float away when I broke it, and when I did break it, I noticed so much more. This is epic! By the time I get all of this iron, I'll have enough for full armor and a shield. I grabbed the coal from my furnace and I found even more iron. After I climbed out, I found this huge tree. If I chopped my way inside, it would make a perfect camp for the night. I cut through the tree and it was completely hollow inside. Wow, it even had vines going all the way up to the top. Of course I climbed all the way up, not knowing what to expect, but when I got there, nothing, not even an angry bird. I climbed up the leaves and then I got a real look at the land around me, and my goodness, it's beautiful, huh? Oh look, there's the maze I was just in. I thought I was much further away than that. I set up my bed and my furnace for the night and I got my iron cooking. By the time I wake up, I'll have full armor good to go. On the morning of day 3, after I made my delicious iron armor and weapons, I noticed this thing in the sky. What could it be? Was that a house on top? And by the looks of it, there's something in the distance behind it. This forbidden dimension may have some secrets yet. I climbed down the tree and made my way into a different entrance of the maze I've failed at before. I went in, took a right, then left, and boom! Another chest! I got some arrows and some other bits. No signs of any wolves yet. I continued to follow the maze, finding some pumpkins for my trouble, but still no sign of the wolves. Maybe they left. Eventually though, the maze brought me to the center point, and there they were. Wolves! Oh gosh! I broke the chest and picked up everything I could while fighting off the angry pack of dogs. I could see an exit through a hole in the maze and I ran for it. More and more of these angry wolves are spawning now. If I don't get out of here, I'm gonna get eaten alive. I managed to get out, barely, but this pack of angry dogs are hot on my tail. I was getting some distance when, I fell into this huge hole in the ground. Geez, lucky there was some water down here or else I would have been a goner. I guess I'm safe down here. I tunneled a little area for myself so I could place my bed and get some sleep. The next few days I spent investigating random things I found around the forest, like this random pillar of obsession. Weird. I even found a random snow and ice biome. This place just keeps getting bigger. In my infamous wisdom, I decided to go into the snow biome to investigate, and my goodness was the snow coming down. Yikes! I kept going in and I found this huge tunnel full of snow yetis! They came running at me at the speed of light. Damn, those things were fast. I fought them off the best I could, but there were too many of them. I had no choice but to retreat. The snow was too heavy and it was weighing me down. You win this time, Yetis. You win this time. The next 4 days I spent mining as I was on the hunt for diamonds. I needed better armor and weapons if I was going to stand a chance against the mobs and bosses in this forbidden dimension of Minecraft. And if I wasn't mining, I was looting these skelly houses for arrows and anything else I could find. I found out after that these guys were called skeleton druids. At least they didn't have arrows. Finally, by day 10, I had enough to make my diamond weapons and tools and take on some of these mob bosses lurking around in each biome. On day 11, while I was leaving another cave, this banner popped up onto my screen. Naga? What in the name of Minecraft is a Naga? I cautiously looked around trying to see if I could find it, but I had no idea what I was even looking for. That was until I saw this. A huge fortress surrounded by 20-foot walls the whole way around. Whatever the Naga was, I'd imagine it was inside there. I made it to the side of the wall and I built up and over rather than digging a hole through, and when I got to the top, I finally saw what a Naga is. And OMG, this thing was huge! I had a game plan. If I was going to survive, I needed to stay on top of the wall and rain down arrows on my enemy. Bring it on, Naga! Did it. I defeated the Naga and I got the trophy to prove it. Little Kelly 1, Forbidden Minecraft Dimension 0. Over the next couple of days, I was attempting to go into new biomes of the Forbidden Dimension, but every time I tried, I got hit with this acid rain. What is going on? It's so weird. I mean, some parts were fine. I could walk in, not a problem. Then others affected me in different ways. This swamp-looking place made me so hungry I couldn't bear to stick around. I need to figure this out. And by day 18, I did. Each biome in this place needed to be unlocked or they needed certain armor to survive it. Like this fire forest. The second I step foot in it, I go on fire. Ouch! Not to mention these little goblin things attack me every time I enter a different biome without the correct gear or progression. On day 19, I came across this place. It looks like some kind of stronghold and I'm guessing whatever's inside is not that friendly. But on the plus side, no acid rain or hunger, so I guess this means it's the next boss. I walked around the bottom of the tower a few times to try and find a natural entrance, but there doesn't seem to be one. I just let myself in here. Looks like a room full of cactus. Great. I chopped it down. You never know when it could come in handy. I took down the Lich and his band of soldiers, but my goodness, that was a close one. If I was going to take on stronger bosses, I needed these books to create my enchantment table and enchant my gear. Over the next 5 days, I began my search to find that swamp I tried to walk through earlier in the video. If the rules of progression inside the Forbidden Dimension were true, it would mean I can access the swamp area now for more resources. After a few days of searching, I found it. Here goes nothing! Yes, it worked! I can now walk around the swamp biome and not lose my hunger. I wonder what this place has in store for me. I continue to loot these houses for supplies and especially arrows. I feel like I'm gonna need as many of those bad boys as I could get. On my search through the swamp, I found this well. I bet there's treasure at the bottom. It looks pretty deep. Man, I hope I don't drown in a silly well. Here goes nothing. I dived in and slowly sank to the bottom. Once I got there, I found this chest filled with food, some glistening melons, and some torches. Uh-oh, I can't hold my breath any longer. I started to drown, and my swim up was slow. Come on, I cannot die now. Come on, come on. Finally. Wow, that was a close one. And on day 25, I came across this fire swamp. Let's see if I can go inside here yet. 1, 2, 3. Ah! I'm on fire! For goodness sake! Ouch! 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 The water feels so good. Okay, I guess I still can't go inside the fire swamp. That means I need to find the next biome boss to take down before I can pass into here. On day 26, I enchanted my gear and weapons to give me fire resistance and unbreaking, but I forgot to record it, so yeah, noob moment. But on day 27, I found the mushroom biome. I don't think I've been in this one yet, and by the looks of this place, I think it might have its very own boss inside. I gathered up some mushrooms, both red and brown, took out my crafting table, and made some bowls, and then voila! Mushroom stew! Delish! I gathered as many mushrooms as I could see. The more food I have, the better chance of my survival. And finally, on day 28, I found this mushroom tower thingy. I mean, if I was a mushroom boss, this is where I would hide out. I chopped my way inside, but there was nothing but mushrooms. Maybe I have to go higher? I dug and built my way up to the tower, and there was nothing inside. Not even a chest. I guess this place is empty. Maybe I should go back inside to the swamp biome. Maybe I missed something. On day 29, I found it. Or at least I think I found it. But I don't even know what it is. I made my way inside, and I'm not gonna lie. This place gives me the creeps. I took a look down to the bottom, Here goes nothing. When I got down there, I took a look around, and it didn't take long for this guy to show up. The Minotaur. Half man, half cow thing. He looks funny, but I bet he's strong. Here we go. I made light work of this guy. My new enchanted weapons are so OP. Ooh, look at this. He dropped some raw meat down the hatch. I took a look around the labyrinth and realized there was lots of chests around. I might find some good loot in here. Okay, that's enough looting for one day. Time to get back to the fire swamp to see if it's been unlocked. On day 30, I reached the edge of the fire swamp. Now that I've defeated the Minotaur, I should be able to walk right in. In 3, 2, 1. Ah! I'm on fire! What the heck is going on? I guess I have to go back into the Minotaur labyrinth and keep looking for some kind of totem or trophy to unlock the fire swamp. Oh man. The following 9 days, I searched every inch of the labyrinth, hunting down mobs that might actually be the boss I need to fight. But every corner I took around this maze brought me to a new room of terror, filled with more Minotaurs and other mobs trying to kill me. How am I meant to find this boss down here when all I can find is more chests and more dead ends? At this point, I was beginning to lose all hope I'd ever make it out of here. Until finally, on day 40, I found it. Of course this is the boss. It's a Minish room. How could I be so silly? I got my supplies ready and made sure my health was full. Here goes nothing. Wow, that was an intense battle, but I did it, and look, he dropped a meat stroganoff. This has to have unlocked the fire swamp. Only one way to find out. No joke, you guys, it took me another 9 days to find my way out of this labyrinth. I nearly threw my computer out the window. But finally, on day 51, I managed to get out and find a fire swamp biome close by. Here goes nothing. 3, 2, 1, yes! It worked! I have progressed onto the next stage. Time to find the boss, and if my memory serves me right, this one is the Hydra. After spending the day walking around searching for some loot, I found the Hydra lair, and my guess, there is one thing inside waiting for me. When I got close enough, it appeared. Wow! This thing was huge! I had no idea how to defeat it, but I knew I had to try. After a few close calls and a fiery battle, I defeated the three-headed Hydra. You know, that was actually kind of fun. I ran over and picked what it dropped. Fiery blood, some Hydra chops, delish, and a Hydra trophy. That should unlock the next biome in this forbidden dimension. Over the next 8 days or so, I searched around for new biomes that I hadn't visited yet, or ones that wouldn't let me in. So far, I found another Naga courtyard. No thanks! I walked through yet another enchanted forest, and I have to say, it's one of my favorite biomes inside this forbidden dimension. It would be cool if they added it to the overworld. And eventually on day 60, I found a new biome, and this one looks dark and scary. I made my way into the dark forest, and so far so good. It looks like when I killed the Hydra, it unlocked this biome. After a while, I got tired of squinting to try and see in the dark, so I decided to build myself up into the trees, hoping I can get a better view. And hey, it worked! Wow, would you look at that thing? I had no idea what it was, but whatever lives inside sure doesn't want me calling over. I reached the edge of the red leaves when I noticed these weird-looking black lines, like skinny ghost lines or something. I walked into them and boom! I went blind! Ah! I retreated backwards until my sight came back. Maybe that section of the dark forest still needs to be unlocked. That means I have to go back down under the trees to find my next boss. I spent the next couple of days wandering through the dark forest trying to find whatever I was looking for. By day 65, I was officially going in circles. I have 100% seen that mushroom already. It's white with red spots. Or is it red with white spots? Oh man. But thankfully, on day 66, I found it. Or at least I think I found it. It looks like the entrance is some kind of underground bunker. I went down the stairs into the unknown and boy was I nervous. After looking around this place, I came to this room. It looks like some kind of trap door, but how does it open? Wait, this looks like some kind of trophy podium. Wait, of course! I took out my Hydra trophy and I put it on the top and boom! The trapdoor opened! I think I know what this place is. It's a Goblin Knight Stronghold. It's where the Night Phantom lives. And he is my next boss. And I finally found my way out of the Goblin Knight Stronghold, and I went back to my original plan. Rummage through the forest. On day 70, my brain kicked in. Of course, build up and through the trees. What an idiot! When I finally got to the top, I could see that tower again. This must be the next biome and the next boss, but there's only one way to find out. I got to the edge of this tower, and it looks like I need to drop down to get inside. Let's do this. Oh gosh, that was the hardest battle yet. That your gas nearly had me a few times, but thankfully I had this fire protection armor. I opened the chest and I got some Carmonite, some fiery tears, and my Gas trophy. Boom! I spent day 71 and 72 looking for a snow and ice biome to test out my progression. And of course, by day 73, I found it! I don't know if it's the same one I was at, but I want to see if I can access this biome now. I jumped the river and boom! I am worthy! I guess it's time to fight the Yeti. Bring on the snowman thing. Another one bites the dust! Take that, Alpha Yeti! Now that he's dead, I have collected the Alpha Yeti Fur, and I'm pretty sure I can access the glacier biome. It's first thing, day 74, and I found the start of the glacier biome. And my gosh, this wall of ice is huge! I even climbed this Alpha Yeti cave to see if I could find a way up the glacier, but nothing. Nada. Zilch! Eventually, I gave up and just built my way up. Oh, look! Tiny little penguins! I was nearly the happiest I've ever been, but I could not ignore the huge structure in the background. How many bosses are in this forbidden dimension? Jeez! I made it to the entrance, and by the looks of things, this is the Aurora Palace. You know, the Snow Queen lives in here. Only problem is, there's only room for one queen in this dimension. There's only one queen remaining. Me! I took down the Snow Queen and I managed to find a glass sword with unbreaking and looting tree. Amazing! It totally helped me kick her butt. On day 75, I made it back to the Thornlands, or at least that's what I'm gonna call it now. Certain that this is the final stage of progression when... Acid rain? Again? But why? I had defeated the Snow Queen, as well as the Hydra and the Lich. Wait! There must be something else. That's when I remembered this thing in the sky. Looks like I'm going up. I finally reached the top by day 72. And oh my gosh, are those giant versions of me? What is going on? I had no time to waste. Bring it on, giant me. After a pretty quick battle, if I do say so myself, I got a miner's pickaxe and a miner's sword, both of which are huge! Look how silly this looks. I knew what this miner's pickaxe was for. It was to dig into an obsidian vault in a cave troll's secret hideout. That's right, I'm going troll hunting! Wish me luck. I spent days roaming the caves trying to find the entrance to the vault, but all I kept finding was more caves. Until eventually, on day 80, I found them! Time for me to go hunting. I was left with a silly oil lantern. Not even a chainsaw or anything to help me through these thorns. Jeez. The next 10 whole days I spent lost in the caves. Why didn't I leave a trail of crumbs or something behind me? Ugh. But finally, on day 91, I made it out, and would you look at that? I was back at the Thornlands. I made my way over to the thorns and I took out my new lamp. I used it on the thorns and boom! Just like that, they turned to ash. No more acid rain and no more sharp thorns. It was a long process, but over the next few days, I made progress through the Thornlands on my way to the final stage of the Forbidden Dimension in Minecraft. By day 96, I had reached the end of the Thornlands, and now I had to start my climb up to the final castle. I was so hungry and tired, so before I set off on my climb, I chowed down and got some sleep. By day 98, I had made it to the top of the hill. Wow, I was tired, but I had done it. The final castle. I have no idea what waits for me inside, but I do hope it's the portal home to the overworld. When I reached the outer walls of the castle, I noticed all these symbols or markings. You know, if no one lives here, I might just move in. Eventually, I found what I think was the entrance. No point waiting around now. I only have one more day to find my way out of here. I've made it to the top of the castle. There's only one room left to check. I crossed the bridge and went inside. Wow, it's like some kind of grand entrance hall, but with nothing inside. It's so strange. No loot or mobs to be seen anywhere. It's kind of making me nervous for this final boss. I found these doors by the side pillar. I guess they'll bring me to my final fight. Here goes nothing. I ran all the way upstairs, all guns a-blazing, and when I reached the top, I continued outside to face the most evil and biggest boss yet. But nothing was there. What is going on? Wait, look at that. In the middle. It looks like the same portal that brought me here. I did it! I defeated and survived the forbidden dimension inside Minecraft! Woohoo!